Recently I saw a Steven Spielberg movie called The Fabelmans. It's a good movie, I recommend it. Spoiler alert, I won't give away too much, but the mum in the movie, Mitzi, does something at one point that she describes as the most selfish thing I've ever done. It brings a lot of pain to her family. She explains her decision to her son Sammy in this way. She says, "I've got to do this now because you do what your heart says you have to, because you don't owe anyone your life." In our day, friends, you belong to yourself sounds like a solemn declaration of human rights. Let's face it, being subject to some external authority is almost the definition of oppression. And there are plenty of horrendous examples in our world of people oppressing others, thinking they belong to them. Today we pride ourselves on our independence and freedom from all external authorities. The notion that no one can tell you who you are has almost creedal status. And true freedom is thought to be found in defining yourself for yourself. Postmodernism has made a living out of suspecting anyone who seeks to impose their views on anyone else in order to subjugate them. Yet, with respect to finding yourself, the elevation of personal autonomy to ultimate status is, in my view, misguided. The Bible, in fact, takes an entirely different course. Paul writes in 1 Corinthians 6:19, what sounds like a direct rebuttal of this notion of absolute personal autonomy. He says, "You are not your own." Now, at first blush, this sounds terrible in our culture today. But I think if you think about it, there are times when belonging to someone else is a good thing. Even in our day of insisting on the priority and benefits of personal autonomy, there are some contexts in which belonging to someone else is seen in a positive light. A young child, for example, lost in a shopping centre, makes no complaint when her parent turns up and claims her as the parent's own. The child doesn't say, "No, I don't belong to her. I belong to me and no one else." As soon as the mum arrives, the mum says, "She belongs to me," and the child is delighted. Likewise, while it's open to abuse, true romantic love has at its heart this kind of mutual belonging. Countless love songs, starting with the Song of Songs in the Old Testament in the Bible, contain refrains along the lines of, "My beloved is mine and I am his." My beloved belongs to me and I belong to him. Indeed, social animals that we are, nothing gives us more of a sense of value and worth than being loved to such an extent that we belong to another. Far from distressing and oppressive, such an embrace reassures us and liberates us. Love is the context of Paul's startling assertion that you are not your own. The words following Paul's rejection of personal autonomy in 1 Corinthians 6 explain why you belong to another. You were bought at a price. You belong to another because you are loved beyond measure. That love was expressed in the high cost of your redemption. You were ransomed from the futile ways, not with perishable things such as silver and gold, but with the precious blood of the Lord Jesus Christ. The cross of Christ proclaims that God has claimed you as his very own. You belong to him. But surrendering of yourself in this way does not lead to the eradication of yourself or an oppressive subjugation. On the contrary, in losing yourself and belonging to one who loves you with an everlasting love, you will find your true self.